Alrighty. Oh, back at the school now, and let's finish all the classes. Oh, biology. Oh yeah, back to Mr. Shock. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Y'all did really great on the midterm exam. Except for you, Phil. Thanks for answering my little question at the end, too. Be sure to keep your responses in mind. Alright? We're now heading into the last half of our classes together. It's time for our knowledge to evolve and grow just like our Pokémon. Evolutions, yep. Evolutions. Today we're going to learn about the fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolutions. As your Pokemon battle and level up, they learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they've leveled up enough, the appearance changes and their stats increase, sometimes by a lot. That's Pokemon evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon at their adorable pre-evolved states. Looking at you, Ash. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button when your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me. If you already know, to cancel evolution, press the B button. That's right. B for best answer. Good one. The button you want when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is button B. Press this button soon after a Pokemon begins to evolve, you can stop it from changing. You can also let the Pokemon hold an item known as the Everstone to keep it from evolving. Keep in mind that the requirements for evolution differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. Some evolve by having a certain item such as a Firestone or Thunderstone used on them. Others may have to learn a specific move or defeat a specific Pokemon in battle to evolve. Don't remember the specific. Oh yeah, the way Primeape evolves into Annihilate is especially strange. You see, there's a certain move that... Oops, sorry. Looks like we're out of time. Guess we'll have to end the class there today. Thank you for all your attention. Almost gave away the answer there for that Pokemon. It's kind of funny. Alright, back to it. Alright, time to learn some new things. But before we get going, do you all remember the final question from our midterm exam? Well, Director Clavel found out about it somehow, and I got yelled at. Whoops. Apparently he could tell I was hiding something just by looking at me. He must have noticed all the color flushed right out of my face, huh? Speaking of color today, I'd like to teach you all about colors as they pertain to Pokemon. Some Pokemon have slightly different colorization or pattern on their bodies based on their gender or individual differences. In a very rare case, a Pokemon may have wildly different colorization compared to the others of the same species. We call these specimens shiny Pokemon. It's quite rare to cross paths with one. Does anyone know what the likelihood of finding a shiny Pokemon is? Oh yeah, it's 4,000. That's right, you may have the makings of a Pokemon professor. Shiny Pokemon appear at a rate of 1 in 4,000. Isn't that amazing? Yep. The probability of encountering one in the wild is the same as hatching one egg. Good lord. 4,000 eggs. Eggs from a pair of Pokemon raised around different languages are a special case. Oh yeah, I forgot that. There's a higher than average chance that a shiny Pokemon will hatch from these eggs. But we haven't been able to figure out why that is just yet. Also, I've heard rumors of a charm that increases your likelihood of shiny Pokemon when you have it in your bag. You can believe that. This claim cannot be scientifically verified, but It sure would be fun if it were true. You almost make it sound like you have the item on you. Oops, there's the bell. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Good lord, I forgot it's like 1 in 4,000. Good lord. I just remember hearing 4,000 as a specific number. Oh. Mr. Time? Miss Time? I don't know why I said Mr. It's Mrs. Hello everyone, well done on the midterm exam. Some of you have earned perfect scores and others seem to have a bit of trouble, but I can tell that you're all tried your best. I'm quite pleased to say that every last one of you passed. I can only assume that this means you all have come to love numbers. Stay sharp, try your best for the rest of my classes too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how that word applies to Pokemon battle? That's right, it has to do with the stat boost. The Pokemon stats can rise and fall throughout the course of battle, correct. For example, if a Pokemon uses move Work Up, its attack and special attack stats will rise by 1 stage each. As you may know, each time a Pokemon's attack or special attack rises 1 stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. If that same Pokemon from our previous example would use Work Up again, both its attack and be raised by 2 stages in total. Did not know that part. This results in a 100% increase in damage dealt, making its moves twice as strong. Sword Stance on the other hand just boosts, does it in 2 stages and 1 last turn, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage after just a single use. Using Sword Stance twice would boost the attack by 4 stages. How much more damage would this Pokemon deal? It's gonna say quadruple, I assume. But actually, not thinking about that. If it's done in 4 stages. Yeah, let's say. It's like, wait a minute, that math don't add up. It's like, wait, it can't be quadruple, yeah. Because it's by 50, so being raised 4th, would really result in a 4 times 50% or 200% increase. Good lord. The base damage of move is 100%, so adding 200% to that gives us 300%. In other words, the next move the Pokemon uses will deal triple damage. Yep. Forgot. That makes more sense. Type matchups, critical hit damage, and other factors all play into these calculations as well. So even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if a stat simply rose, it means it's gone up by 1 stage. Rose sharply means 2. Rose drastically, that means 3. Okay. Yeah, of course, the X items, who uses them, which can only be used in battle, can be used to sharply boost those respective stats. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Today's lesson was a little difficult, so be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again next class. Alright, easy answers. It's going to be really easy. Thought these were going to take a bit. At this point, we might as well just take care of all the classes. Hello everyone, let's have a fun class today. As I proceed to put on glasses right now. You make sure to review last class's material in order to stay sharp. I know it was a little difficult with all that talk of multiplication and percentages and the like. Today we'll be talking about percentages again to learn about probability. That may sound like we're going to have another difficult class, but did you know that all of you already deal with probability on a regular basis? Pokemon moves generally have a property called accuracy, which determines the probability that it will hit. The accuracy of tackle is 100 or 100%. So if you were to use tackle 100 times, you could expect it to hit all 100 times. The move Hypnosis, which puts opponents to sleep, has an accuracy of 60 or 60%. That means you could expect it to hit 60 times in 100 uses. Wow, that's a funny way of interpreting that. But then another way, out of 100 uses, you could expect it to miss 40 times. Yep. Many of the truly powerful moves often tend to have lower accuracy. So I can't just one-hit everything in the game. So when you're deciding whether to go slow and steady with moves that are sure to hit, or hard and fast with stronger but less accurate moves, you're already studying probability. Let me see, perhaps Surf and Hydro Pump would be good examples for discussion. Oh yeah, because, yeah, 90 versus, yeah. Wait, Surf was have a 90 accuracy? Oh no, 90 power, duh. Its accuracy is 100, meaning you get expected to hit every time. Yeah, 80. But when it hits, its power is 110. So between Surf and Hydro Pump, which move would you rather use yourself? Depends on the situation. You see, you're always considering various probabilities. I may have said it sounded like it was the correct answer, but it is not. You're free to use any move you wish. Yep. Factors like the power points or number of targets hit may make some moves more suited to certain situations. However, trading accuracy for power or vice versa is purely a matter of preference. The Surf versus Hydro Pump debate has been ongoing for quite some time. I feel like it's not really. Personally, I'm more invested in debating the Rock type moves, Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Oh yeah. Which one boosts all stats by one stage and the other one just lowers a stat. Let me tell you, I could really work up talking about those moves. But, oh my, there's the bell wishing. This, guys, will be the last of our time together, so show up 100% ready to go. Are you ready, kids? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know why that came to my mind. Yeah, I guess we can just do all the classes now. Miss Rye Fort. I don't see a fort, I just see Rye. I'm still here, by the way. It's a dumb joke. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday is now part of the history. Whatever you did in the past was in the past. Now is the future, so it is now the future. I don't know where that mumbo jumbo joke came from. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels that history has presented to us. Really? Really? I don't see Iron Man. Oh, it was a phrase, a joke. Got it. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been spectacularly derailed by my midterm. Damn. Goddamn school teachers be like, knowing that one way too true. I suppose changing things up for fun and variety may be a good idea every now and then. So, allow me to tell you an old fairy tale that has been passed down in Paldea for generations. Once upon a time, there was a king who was very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day, a merchant from the east heard rumors of this king and came to meet him. The merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of him, the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as follows. A vast soul, a sword, wonder if that's a reference to Galar, and a set of tablets. Well, that's just Sinnoh. That's straight up Sinnoh. And a set of beads. So I'm gonna assume these 4 treasures are references to the other games. Or vessel? I'm trying to think what that first one is. The second one I assume is Sword and Shield, is a reference to the Galar region. Sinnoh, because tablets, and if I remember the whole, the stupid, not stones, the things for Arceus uses as part of his whole shtick, changing types, beads. The beads are Unova. I was like, beads? I'm like, I assume that's what it's referencing there. I assume that's referencing the treasures of the other games. Seeing such rarities before him, the king leaped for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. I assume that's supposed to be them just referencing the other games. Perfect time to make... why are you staring at me? I said that one of the treasures was a set of tablets. What do you think those tablets were? Wooden planks. Sanguine don't be very obvious medicine that you could chew. That just sounds ridiculous. Yeah, wooden planks you can write on. These particular tablets were wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. Yeah, as we proceed to cut down more and more trees and deoxygenate the planet right now. For the king to consider these paper substitute treasures must have been of superb quality. That, or perhaps they had something amazing, profound teachings written on them. So the king obtained these 4 treasures, and on that very night, it is said that terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by dawn. Let's hope he wasn't in there. Oh, is that the time already? I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson. If you're interested in how the story ends, you may come to see me outside class hours. Oh, that was interesting. Because that was not tied to anything about the previous regions. I just assumed it was. I was like, interesting, when I read the sword bit and then the beads. I was like, these 4 treasures, I was like, I hope this is not referencing the previous games. Because that would be, something more funnier. But also, not really fun at all. Today we'll continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. I trust that all you remember a lesson before the midterm exam concerning the Great Crater, Paldea and its interior Area Zero. This mysterious crater captured the imaginations of many, including the former Paldean Emperor. 200 years ago, a group of explorers claimed to have finally reached its depths. The name of the team that achieved this great feat was the Area Zero Expedition. The team is said to have been made up of Paldea's best and brightest, skilled battlers, brilliant researchers, talented individuals of all kinds. Among the list of team members was the name of a man who was an author and brilliant natural historian, Keith. After returning from the expedition to Area Zero, he used his literary talent to record the events of the expedition and publish them. You gotta really stop looking at me, and I don't appreciate a teacher hitting on me. Let's see if you were paying attention. What was the name of the team that first made it to the deepest reaches of the Great Cavern? Well, it's pretty obvious. Of course I'm a clever one. Now stop looking at me. The correct name for this team was the Area Zero Expedition. The record of their activities were written by the expedition member Heath can be found in bookstores and the like even today. How convenient. This record is now known as the Scarlet Book. At the time, the entire region of Paldea was absolutely buzzing about Area Zero. The Scarlet Book was popular that practically everyone had a copy. However, the book itself was full of fantastical descriptions and illustrations of things that could never be thought of as real. Masses began to call Heath a liar. Even the truth of the expedition made it to the bottom of the crater was called into question. The Scarlet Book was condemned to the shelves and used in used bookstores. It's just another book of wild, phenomenal stories. There's a copy on one of the bookshelves on the ground floor at the entrance hall. Feel free to have a read if you're interested. Alright, there's the time again. I'm actually curious where that book is. Oh, it's about to type types and everything. Oh, hey, mischievous. I'm good. There it is. Ooh. Hey, what is that? What is going on there? Monsters of Area 0. That's just Dawn Fan. Still Dawn Fan. I guess we'll just have to wait. Maybe we'll run into that Pokemon by chance. Alright. Now let's finish all this. How did you like the midterm exam? Y'all did really great. We're halfway there, now time for another lesson. Are you ready? Oi! Great answer, merci, my friends. I knew I could count on your stars. On you stars. Ugh. Leading up to the midterm, we learned all sorts of words from different regions. Starting today, though, I'll be throwing a curveball. For we begin listening comprehension. Go for it, my assistant. Hi, Pikachu. As you just heard, Pokemon can use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meaning just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food, or rather, where they may be predators nearby. The same Pokemon's cry may sound different depending on what it wants to say. I'm sure you're all curious. Today, that is, let's learn some Pokemon language. If you would be so kind, Pikachu. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? I'm gonna assume anger, because why did that sound correct? I guess we should call you Professor. When Pikachu says, I can tell that's angry. It's using its angry voice. That's right, I had my little Pikachu friend here pretend to be angry for us. Don't you think you do a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. Oh. I was like, please be silent. Because then that would make it funnier. Same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in different ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and physical condition. Try listening more carefully to Pokemon, you may gain a deeper understanding of them. It may have been said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic or ultrasonic waves. Some use even telepathy. And now, apparatus of nothing, let me give you, all of you, my words of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while watching them during picnics, they'll get mad at you like Pikachu just demonstrated. What? Well, see you later, everyone. Okay, that's an oddly specific one. Let's see if we can finish all these. Dear friends, how are you all today? I hope you're doing marvelously well. It's time for another Salvatore's language lessons. Are you ready? I expect no less from my excellent friends. Even your replies to my questions are excellent. Today we will once again be focusing on listening. Go for it, my assistant Pikachu. As you may remember from my last class, the same Pokemon's cries may sound different, depending on what it wants to say. Today, we will be learning more about the language used by Pokemon. If you'd be so kind, Pikachu. It sounds a little bleak, doesn't it? Its voice seems a little lower pitched, too. What emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey now? I'm gonna assume sadness, because that sounded very low pitch. That's right. Fantastic. When Pikachu says, that's expressing sadness, it kind of makes you want to cry, doesn't it? That's right, I had my little Pikachu cry as if it was crying. Funny joke, right? Don't think so. Don't you think it did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, Ellen. He's just vibing. Just vibing to the applause. Now, apparatus of nothing. Let me give you all of one of my words advice. If you hear one of your Pokemon making sad noises like this, you treat them with even more kindness than usual. Well, you probably already knew that, though. A piece of cake for all of y'all, I'm sure. Of course, this goes for your classmates and others as well. Friends should support each other in times of sadness. I truly hope you all can have smiles on your faces all the time, my friends. Next lesson, that is, will be our final lesson together. I hope you're ready. The climactic finale. Alright, battle studies. Another day, another round of battle studies. Let's get right to it. Y'all gave it everything on the midterm exams. Well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Y'all have been using the R button to send out your Pokemon. Not convenient. If you do, your Pokemon will run off into the direction you're facing. It's a super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you, and that's not all. If there's a wild Pokemon near where you sent, Pokemon will start battling each other. We call those battles auto battles. Just as the name implies, Pokemon will act on its own, doing auto battles, meaning you don't have to give any commands. If your Pokemon wins, it'll gain XP, just like it would in regular battle. If you make good use of these battles, it can be a really effective way to train your party. Okay. But you'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn new moves right away if they level up from an auto battle. Also, if a Pokemon loses an auto battle, it'll come back with a small amount of HP left. Make sure to heal it up right away. Okay. Oops. I just about did the whole class as a one-sided lecture. Does anyone have any questions so far? Nope, no questions. Great. You're all really good at this. Can't wait to see where you can go from here. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out. They're battling for us. They're trainers. Keep an eye on them as much as possible. If it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. Also, this goes without saying, the Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battles as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles so you don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. Man, I was just about to suggest we do some, practice as usual. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. What was that noise? Alright. Almost done. This was fast. Honestly expected these to take a bit. Alright, another day and another round. I hope you gave auto battles a shot like we talked about last class. Making a good use of auto battles will let you train up a bunch of different Pokemon. It's also an efficient way to gather the Pokemon materials you need to make TMs at TM machines. Speaking of which, we've all been using the TM machines. I sure hope so, because it's about quiz time. Oh great, to create TMs, you need Pokemon materials and one other thing. Anyone remember what that is? LP? League points. Looks like you're already a TM Machine Pro, new kid. Still have a name. The correct answer is League Points, or LP for short. You can give LP and Pokemon materials to a TM machine to create TMs, but that's not all. You can also exchange Pokemon materials at a TM machine to get LP. Okay. I recently heard about some shitty individuals getting League Points illegally using a technique called hacking or something like that. You don't say. I don't want any of you getting involved in bad stuff like that. Got it? Anyway, you can also add TMs that you want to make to your watch list. This will let you keep an eye on materials you need to gather. In conclusion, in order to make TMs, you need Pokemon materials. And if you want to get hold of lots of materials, you'll have to battle all kinds of Pokemon. Yep. Of course, one to do on this practice. Medicham. Oh, wow. Mr. Hassel? Hasselhoff, where are you? Still nowhere to be found? Are you here? Nope. That was a dumb bit of a joke, and I don't even think that was audible. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, and again, not Hasselhoff. Pleased to say that everybody did very well on the midterm exams. As a reward for all your hard work, we have a special guest visiting us today. Now then, Brazzy, come in. Oh, okay, it's the gym leader. That's actually kind of cool. Or Brazzy. I am Brassius. I'm an artist, and I focus exclusively on gym Pokemon for my work. Our grasp Pokemon gym Pokemon. Brassius here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces such as statues and the like. One of his major works is the installation titled Surrendering Sunflora, found in Artisan. Many of you who have challenged the Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Hassel's classes. Oh, Hassel is the man who saved me when I lost all hope and given up on myself. But he never gave up on me, and I do not exaggerate when I say that he is a mentor in life. It's precisely thanks to Hass that I was able to establish my current art style. Oh dear, Bratsy. I have nothing against reminiscing old times, but today I hope you will guide this class in a way only you can. Of course. Let's see, why don't we discuss about Hassel mentioned surrendering Sunflora? Can anyone here tell me what my mood was when I created its detached expression? I'm gonna assume there's not really a correct answer. Yeah. No, completely and utterly wrong. When I made that sculpture, I surrendered all hope. I was prepared to give up everything. I resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. Hence the name Surrendering Sunflora. That's exactly it, Has. When I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deathly ill, and fell into a slump that drove me into desperation. I began worrying only about what would sell, and I was concerned only with fame and fortune. But all of my pieces during this time had no depth. They were all shallow trash. Wow. tells how you really feel. It was then that I met House. He helped me realize how petty I was being, and I'll spare you the details, but in the end, I was able to leave all that behind. And that is also when I crafted the Sunflora. Remarkable. Even I did not know the full story until now. This kind of thing is hard to tell someone, especially when they are so close to you. Now, I don't doubt that your adolescents will often find your heads crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. As long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That is all from me. And that is the best advice for everyone here. Just be yourself. Just follow where your heart goes. I must admit, I begin to feel a bit embarrassed, so I bid you farewell, Has. And farewell to your pupils as well. That face. Ah, Brassy, I can't believe it. Such a wonderful class. Thank you. Or thank. Oh, there he goes. That's so... Oh boy. Tissue? Oh, Jesus Christ. That was funny. Why was that lesson like the most too real to life? Seriously. You know that feeling. Especially when I'm doing this just for the fun of it. I'm doing these videos just for fun. And discover myself on my own. With y'all. This will be a great journey to mark. For myself and everyone watching these. First, allow me to apologize for losing my composure during that last class. Means you're human. It's a good thing. I was so touched by Brassy's story that I simply could not contain my emotions. I'm sorry for making such a scene. Should you really apologize? I was being honest and truthful. I certainly got very stern talking from his time at that class, yes. Anyway, let us shift gears. Alright, that's a good start. Good move to use. Dive into the material for today's class. Once again, good combination of moves. Now, have any of you heard of the 10 sites of Paldea? As the name would simply imply, there are 10 sites of Paldea that are considered particularly beautiful. Along the way, I would say that the Grand Olive Orchard is likely the most accessible. You can see the field of olive trees from the hill on the way to Cortando. 2 waterfalls are also counted among these 10 sites: Fury Falls and Casarova Falls. Then there is a peak of Glissando Mountain known as Paldea's highest peak. There's another cliff on Glissando's mountain that's named after it. It's rather unique shape. Let me ask you, my students, what is the name of the 3-pronged cliff on Glissando Mountain? No need to grasp at straws. Funny you say grasp, because it is literally Glissando's grasp. Exactly. That's like a hand taking a hold of something, doesn't it? Well, that's one way of interpreting it. The 3-pronged cliff on Glissando Mountain is in fact known as Glissando's grasp. Though its shape is far too stubby to be that of a human hand, I mentioned someone thought it looked like a Pokemon hand grabbing something. There's also the mountains in Area 3 of the East Province, where you can get a good look at La Piscina. It's particularly gorgeous at night. In fact, the view is so brilliant it is known as the Million-Volt Skyline. Alright, it's quite a hot spot for dates, and deservedly so for having such a romantic view. I imagine it's what do the kids these days. A very fleek selfie spot. Oh my god. Of course, you may feel that not all 10 spots live up to their grandiose names. Often do we visit some tourist spots only to be disappointed. Yeah, it's like visiting the Grand Canyon and being disappointed with it. Wait, what? Not to say that you shouldn't visit them, only that you should keep your hopes in check. It's called having optimism. The important thing is to go yourself and see them with your own 2 eyes. Sometimes a disappointing experience can be worthwhile in its own way. Take a chance. Much like y'all watching this video, take a chance. I'm just kidding. That was way too easy. Well, that's it for today's class. Thank you for your attention. That one was way too easy of a setup. Alright, I think we're now on the last class. Yep, home ec. Oops. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. Though some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times, I'm glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honored to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root. Alright. And all of you, I trust that you will all work just as hard as on your life skills in the second half of our course as well. Let us turn our attention to a topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked this question is a young man who enjoys the culinary arts. He tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. He also spends day and night studying all aspects of culinary art. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, Miss Ellen, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers? You can just say his name, he's right next to us. He's literally right next to us. You should make food with other people. Perfect. Perfectly correct. I see that you are knowledgeable about the culinary arts. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, the sandwich must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well when dealing with a difficult situation. Working with others to solve this issue may be the best course of action. I'm sure that Arvin will likewise work with friends to craft his sandwiches in the future. The identity of the male student is a matter of privacy, so I would ask you that you do not pry too deeply. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Is it really a secret? Almost everyone there in that room knew who it was. That one was a little too obvious. You gotta love teachers who try and, well, not try and be sneaky about it, but try their best. A for the effort. Alright, time to put away the phones and start the class. While you're out performing fieldwork with one of your Pokemon walking alongside you, may have noticed changes in their colorization. Now, I don't mean that it suddenly became shiny or any nonsense like that. Speaking of it becoming filthy. Pokemon battle, they get hurt by moves used against them. They get battered by wind and rain. They get covered in sand and mud. They get, in a word, filthy. What was that eyebrow raise? Good lord. I've never seen a trainer walking about with their adorable little Pokemon without addressing this issue. It's deplorable. Let me ask this question of someone who I'm sure would not tolerate such shameful conduct. Yes, Miss Stellan. What should you do if your Pokemon's dirty? Pat it on the head. Well, that's just mean. Clean it up. Perfectly correct. I know I could count on you two to provide me with such an answer. When your Pokemon are dirty, clean them. This is, of course, simply common sense. Yeah. Sadly, not everyone has that common sense. While you're having a picnic, you can approach the Pokemon on your team and perform a variety of actions. One such action is putting them through what I like to call the Poke Wash. In other words, you're able to clean them up. You can start by getting your sponge lathered up with soapy bubbles as you gently and carefully scrub your Pokemon. Once your Pokemon is nice and covered in soapy bubbles, the bubbles will encapsulate the filth, and then you can simply wash it away with a spray of water. This will get your Pokemon clean and shining bright as a Terra Jewel. Certainly quite a bit of work, but this will also restore HP and cure status conditions. However, some Pokemon may have some parts of their bodies that don't want to be scrubbed or that they would rather not get wet. Be sure to keep this in mind when cleaning your Pokemon. Now, the most important part that I must mention is that some Pokemon like to be dirty. And you don't say. So, I will contradict myself by saying this. Please do remember that cleaning your Pokemon is not always the kind thing to do. Time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Yeah, Trubbish. That was immediately the first Pokemon I was thinking of. Alright. I assume one more class. No. Alright. Guess that's all. And there's all the teachers. No spawning in. Oh, either way. That was an interesting one. Either way, hopefully y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share the video and everything, and enjoy this. Completely forgot about this when I realized it, but taking care of it now. And next time we'll probably actually be going to the gym. To the next gym, and probably before that we'll probably, assuming there's time, go interact with the teachers. And then we'll worry about the finals and all that nonsense. Either way, hope you all enjoyed.